Now, when it comes to transitioning to those two new chords, for the D minor chord, it's practically the same as all transitions to and from the F chord. Because it's so similar, if you were playing C to a D minor, you play C chord, you basically make an F chord and add your third finger in with it. Sometimes when I do this, if I'm playing an F to a D minor, I might just add that third finger in and I might just jump my second finger up and then put it down again, just so that I can shift or shuffle that third finger slightly in further so it's nice and tightly in there. So if I'm playing F, third finger comes in, I just squeeze it, I just lift my second finger up, put it down again, and then I can get a nice clear D minor. So that's the way you can transition to D minor, pretty much the same as a transition to F. If anything, you just need to just wiggle that second finger, jump it up and down again, just so you can get more comfortable and squeeze that third finger in a little bit further. For E minor, the transitions are much more complicated, but it all really centres on your third finger, your ring finger on your left hand. That is what I call the lead finger for this chord change. It's the one to put in place first, and once you've put it there, the other two fingers can follow on afterwards. So we go third finger on, and then second finger and first finger. And it's a little bit like wrapping your fingers on a table. If you were to wrap your fingers on a table, you might go 3, 2, 1, and you can practice creating this chord pattern wherever you are. Do it on your leg, do it on a kitchen table, whatever you want. Just wrap your fingers 3, 2, 1, and that gives you excellent practice for being able to transition to E minor 3, 2, 1. And that goes then for all chords going to a C chord. Some are a little bit easier and some are more tricky. So from a C chord, your third finger's on that bottom string, first fret, third fret on that first string, and you're going to jump that third finger up and across 2 strings. So you go up 2 strings and across 1, and then you put the other 2 fingers 2 and 1 afterwards. So C, jump that third finger across and up, second finger onto that E string, second fret, first finger onto the bottom string, first fret. If you're going F to an E minor, again, your third finger actually, when you're playing an F, should probably be hanging around, hovering just over the third string there. So in actual fact, what you do is you just reach across with that third finger, put it on, and then bring the second and first fingers on. Now, it's actually quite important. You might have seen I turned my wrist, and the importance there is if I hold my wrist in the usual way I'm playing and my third finger's near the bottom like a C, if I actually just lift that finger up and turn my wrist, you can see that my third finger now is hovering over the top 2 strings. So you just sort of bring your wrist in so that the part nearest your little finger, the part of that hand, comes up to the neck of the ukulele, and then you can bend your third finger into place. So you swing your wrist in, third finger on, 2, 1, and then you can strum your chord. So if you're playing F, third finger across, swing that wrist, 2, 1, and you've got an E minor. If you're playing a D, third finger across, swing that wrist. You can see that that third finger is now hovering over that 4th fret, and I just bend my second finger and first finger back so I can get them on the E minor. And it's very, very important to practice changing to that E minor so you can get it as swift and smooth as possible, because it's one of the hardest ones, one of the hardest chords to actually get your fingers across to. F, A minor, that third finger, always twist in that wrist. C to E minor, always twist in the wrist. D7 to E minor, you twist in the wrist to get that third finger there first. That's your lead finger, whatever chord you're playing, E minor, get that third finger there first. Now the only difference to this is when you're playing a G to an E minor, because there's a cheat for this, and it basically uses the little finger. So if you're playing a G chord, first finger on the C string, second fret, second finger on the bottom string, second fret, and then third finger on the E string, third fret, you'll notice that if you take your first finger off, the second and third fingers are actually in the right place for an E minor. So you can actually use your little finger and just stretch your little finger across onto that 4th fret, and you've got an E minor like that. So you don't even have to take your first finger off. You can just stretch your little finger straight across onto that 4th fret, and you've got an E minor. So that's your easiest way to play G to E minor. If you want to though, you can jump all the 3 fingers around and swing that wrist in. You can still make that change, or you can just use that little finger G to E minor. Still swing the wrist a little bit because it helps you get the little finger onto that 4th fret of the C string. So that actually brings us to the end of the beginner ukulele course. You've learnt so many things already. You've got a number of different chords you can play. You've got tunes you can play and the skills to be able to play those. And if you come across new chords, if you use the same skills that we've learnt for the transitions to the chords we've learnt in this course, you'll actually find that you can play them without too much difficulty. So I hope you've enjoyed the course. I hope you've been able to learn lots and you're becoming quite good at the ukulele. And keep practicing, and who knows where you'll go with your ukulele journey. Thanks for watching.